Yep. All right. What's going on, folks? All right. Let me pull up the chat here. Let's see. All right. 2 people. What is going on? Let's see here. All right. Pulling it up. All right. Well, just starting it off. This week I'm going back to Texas. I'm going to Stanton, Texas. And so with Synergy, this load in particular is paid more. This is I believe one of the only ones in the whole country that I've seen where I'm getting paid more miles to not go through Oklahoma where there's tolls. They prefer us to go through Illinois, a little bit Missouri, Arkansas, all the way down, cutting through down and going and entering into Texas through Texarkana, and then going across. Well, to avoid the tolls in Oklahoma, because they say they're not going to pay for the tolls in Oklahoma. The reason for that is they for whatever reason they would rather pay per mile than the reimbursement for the tolls. So whatever the case may be, I'm going to be continuing to go through Oklahoma, and I'll eat the cost of going through Oklahoma with those tolls. I believe it's a total of like 20. It's like $11.50 twice, and then like $4.50 twice, loaded and empty. So for me, the value of that is much higher because right now with the higher pay rate and the difference in miles, the total miles I'm getting paid is $13.79. The actual miles from Goshen to Stanton, Texas is $12.80. So I'm getting paid more per mile with this rate increase, as well as almost 100 additional miles at that. So 100 times, roughly 100 times, $1.47. It's going to be more than profitable for me to save time and actually make more money and still have to eat those tolls. So that's what I'm going to be doing, going through Oklahoma, heading through there. And yeah, that's my agenda for this week. I've been there several times. It's a larger dealership, it seems to me, but they've got some great guys there that check it in pretty quickly, and I know right where to go. So yeah, that should be a good delivery here this week. But where are you guys going to? Everybody in the chat, where are you headed to this week? Do you have more than one load? What's going on with that? So I've actually got my girlfriend Kara. She's seeing me before I head out. So she's off camera right now, drinking her Wendy's drink, and she's got some food. But she's about to head home here in a little bit. But so David, what's going on, man? How are you? I'm doing all right. Just got out of church, got some food, and here we are. So just getting ready for the week, and pumped for going to Texas. Mr. Wolfinator, what is going on, man? What up? Culver's is depends on what you're getting at Culver's. I'll just say that. I work for Synergy. I've seen the load board. What are your thoughts? Let's look at the load board. Pull it up here. Yeah, it's definitely lean. I don't know if you guys watched my latest video talking through why I hate the 40 cent per mile incentive. In that video, towards the end, I talked about how there is the actual manufacturers who are losing products coming in, so the supply chain is kind of breaking down. So this is absolutely why our load boards kind of dropped off, as well as all these newer drivers coming in, or people picking up the speed of how many trailers they're going with. Definitely an impactful thing, not having all the parts that they need. Somebody posted on a Facebook group that I saw that I believe it was Keystone. That Keystone had over 1,000 trailers that they didn't have the front jacks for. They didn't have the parts in. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's just somebody blowing smoke. But apparently that's a thing. And so 1,000 trailers, which maybe isn't too hard to bust out. But if they're waiting on those, that means they're taking up space. They can't bust them out to all the transporting companies. So everybody's just kind of backed up a little bit. So maybe there's some companies out there who are they weren't affected by those manufacturers. Maybe they have other ones, but across the board, I think that there's a somewhat of a slowdown due to parts, as well as a lot of drivers, and so our load boards are looking pretty thin, and maybe it's just a matter of time for those other companies who are larger, who can survive longer, and their load boards eventually will get lower, but that's just how it goes, I guess. Let's see here. We have so many drivers. The driver boxes are going to be outside soon. Yeah, I believe it. That room has been filled up quite a bit. When I first started, it's interesting. They were at Synergy, those who were Synergy drivers, 4 years ago when I started. They were just starting to build. There was some by the door, and then there was some by the wall closest to the outside door, and they were just starting to expand down the way, and that room has exploded. So, and it's interesting, my driver number compared to all these other newer drivers, as new drivers come in, I keep getting squished closer and closer to the people who have been here the longest. I think I'm in this. I'm in the first, the longest, whatever, bracket or whatever of driver slots. So, just interesting to see how that's over time. People have dropped off for whatever reason, but yeah. Yeah. So, where are you guys headed to this week? What is going on? It take me 10 minutes to find my name every time I go to get my paperwork. Yeah, and your slot will definitely slide as time goes on. As people drop off the map, people hop from company to company, and it will just be fairly entertaining to see as you just kind of get crunched in with the older drivers staying there. See, why is my thing not live? Okay. Short run going to Kentucky. Not bad. Yeah, in Kentucky, I believe, is the higher pay rate, so should be pretty solid. I wanted to say something, and I don't know if in my selfishness, I guess I would like to say that I could take credit for it. I don't know if it's actually me or not. I just find it very interesting. About probably over a month ago, I made a video talking through, I think the title of it was, do you actually get paid for every mile you drive? And the question, or the big, thought is, you get paid from zip code to zip code, and you pick up in Synergy, but you're actually getting paid from maybe Elkhart or somewhere else around there, and you're delivering at this location, but the zip code is actually closer to you, or it's further away. So the idea of you need to to see how many miles are you actually going to be driving from this location to that location, and then compare that and see how close is it to the miles that you're getting paid for. And across the board, I believe it balances out largely. If you have a load going east, you're already closer to that destination with some of the factories, manufacturers in there being a little bit more west. And so you're getting paid for miles that you didn't have to drive. The shuttle driver drove those. And so anyways, all that to say, I'm getting lost in the weeds here. I did that video because I experienced this for this is probably the second or third time now, where a load was paid. The miles versus actual miles was so drastically different, and this one was like 75 or 80 miles different. The total, it was in Kentucky. I believe it was, no. It was Johnson City, Tennessee. Johnson City, Tennessee. It is, depending on what route you go on, stand on the main highway, or if you go into little towns and all those things, country roads. The manufacturer supposedly routed it through country roads. And so I was getting paid $5.25, but my actual miles that I was being paid, that I actually drove, because I'm a sane human being who doesn't want to go through country roads for 500 miles, essentially. Not wanting to potentially damage the trailer, damage my truck. I mean, it's just country roads with a trailer. You're asking for trouble. So anyways, it was somewhere in the ballpark of like 575, like 580, something like that, whatever it was. And so I called into Synergy. Hey, this is way off. In the past, I've called when they've had new accounts and they tweaked it. Hey, sorry about that. We'll give you an extra 45 miles and make sure, in the past with these other times it's happened. And so sorry about that. It'll be on your second settlement, your final settlement, and it'll all be good. And so all good, no problem. They fixed it, all good. Well, this one, they said, sorry, it's been like, we've had this account for some time now, and we're not going to change it. That's just how it is. That's how we've always done it. And so in that video that I made, I just said, that's really not an answer. Doing things just because that's how we've always done it isn't a good reason to continue doing something. You should have a better reason than that. So anyways, all that to say, that was like, I posted that video like a month ago, and I just saw, it was Thursday or Friday, I just saw that I believe there's only one dealership in Johnson City, Tennessee, and I may be wrong, but Johnson City is not that huge of a place. It's fairly small. And anyways, I saw on there the miles for this Johnson City, Tennessee, and I figured it's going to be 525 or 526, whatever it was. And so I compared my BOL through the app that we have been using at Synergy for our paperwork. And yeah, it was like 525. And then I saw on the load board, it said like 565. And I thought, So a month ago, I got paid $5.25, and they just said, sorry about your luck. This is how it's always been. And a month later, they literally are paying $5.65. They didn't change the rate per mile was, the additional rate, but they changed the literal mile pay, or the total, the mileage. So it wasn't just due to the rate increase, it was the actual mileage itself. So 565, which with comparing, going from Synergy to Johnson City, Tennessee, that's 565 is like kind of middle of the road for the options they give you. So anyways, all that to say, I just find it interesting. I made that video, and then all of a sudden this load is now getting paid 40 miles more to go to the same place. And I don't know, just interesting. I don't know if I had a small part in that, if they saw the video and said, oh, we better change that, or they figured, hey, let's make this right or something. I didn't get reimbursed for anything, but I just thought that was interesting. It's one of the very few situations where you have that discrepancy and issue. And again, the truth is, if I had done my due diligence, I would have been able to not take that load and compare the miles beforehand and ask for the manufacturer routing that they give and advise to go that way. So it is matching the 25 mileage. So anyways, that evidently either Synergy or the manufacturer decided, we better increase the miles on this one because this is a little rough. No one's actually going to drive that route. So anyways, let me catch up on the chat. Just want to share that little story with you. I just thought that was fairly interesting. A month later, they added 40 miles to this place that, unless tectonic plates shifted and the whole place moved 40 more miles, there's no reason why they changed that besides my video or getting a conscience or whatever. But anyways, Alex, what's going on, man? Todd, I'm in the house. So when you're looking for loads in your truck, do you use a tablet or a laptop, and why? So Todd, with Synergy, we have a load board on their website. I just simply go to my Safari app on my phone, which you can't see because it's, maybe you can sort of see that. Here's the load board before it gets completely crazy. And I just scroll through the loads on the load board with Synergy. And so we've got like 30 something right now. Tomorrow morning, it'll blow up again to quite a bit, depending on the trailers having the parts to be able to actually give them to Synergy. That's the thing that's going on right now across the industry. My understanding is, so that's where I get my loads from Synergy directly. I don't have my own authority. I'm only under Synergy's authority. So any loads that I could try to get, I would have to run it through Synergy if I found loads on a different load board. So anyways, I just pull it up on my phone. You can pull it up on your computer, logging into your account with your company. I think there's other companies out there that have an actual app, or you can self-dispatch yourself. Synergy does not at this time. Let's see here. Brad, just look. Johnson City, Tennessee is listed at 5:30. Oh, really? Is it on the load board right now? Let's see. I don't see for Synergy. I don't know if you're with another company or not, Brad, but I'm sorry. Listed as in that's with Indian Transport. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Let me pull it up on my my app. I don't know if I can show you guys that. Let's see. Let me catch up here. Have you ever had any damage to a unit? Yes, I have. And thankfully, I guess if I'm going to have damage, thankfully, it was before Synergy started their Safe Driver program. So anything before that program starting does not count towards that. So, I had a friend who stood on my tailgate, which was then on top of the leg, on top of the jack stand, or the jack of my utility trailer, 10-foot little utility trailer, and that pretty much destroyed my tailgate at the latch, and so it was not able to lock when it was put back in position. That was just unfortunate. I'm still friends with the person, but it's unfortunate. And so, anyways, so that came down while I was hauling a fifth wheel, and I got home, or close to home, and I pulled it off. I was like, something's off, and I just thought, this is weird. So I pulled out, and sure enough, the fifth wheel, the where you put your battery, the battery compartment underneath the front of the fifth wheel was just destroyed. The tailgate, I had evidently made some turns and it just cut right into it. So yeah, I've definitely had driver damage at the beginning. Trying to think of any other time. If I have, I blocked it out of my memory. Not for sure on that. I'll try to think of that. If there's any other time. Let's see here. How many miles you got on your truck now, Kenny? Right now, I believe I have like 567. So 567, probably close to 568. After this trip, it'll be 569-ish, somewhere in there. Still going strong. I'm grateful for every mile. We just take 1 mile at a time, take care of as much maintenance as we can, and just be grateful as we go forward. No, nothing crazy. Sean, what's up, my man, Daniel? I just parked it for the night in West Texas. Awesome. I will be there Tuesday sometime. So yeah. Burrito Bandito, thank you, sir. I really appreciate that, man. I don't deserve anything from you guys. I'm grateful for anything that you give. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. All right. Got hail damage to my unit soon as I got to stand. Oh no. Wasn't there 5 minutes, 7K worth of damage? Oh my word. Yes, I did. $1,500. I was, oh no. Oh man. So, were you driving while the hail was coming down, or were you parked? Did they still give you that as driver damage, or were you moving, or what happened with that? And what company are you with? I'm curious with that, Hugh. Todd, did they make you pay the deductible? Okay, so he asked that. Yeah. Looking for a decent weight distribution system that won't break the bank. Any suggestion, anyone? Alex? You. Okay, so I probably already know the answer then, you. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's tough, man. Ouch. Okay, so back to Alex. So originally, Synergy required us to have the weight distribution bars, that whole hitch setup for Synergy 2 years ago, something like that. And at the time, they had some type of deal, whatever worked out with Dually Depot. Or they at least referred us to Dually Depot. Hey, they're getting all these in stock. I don't know if they just said, hey, all of our drivers are going to be required to have this, so can you help us out? But at the time, the setup that I have currently now, and I'm thinking about going with something different. But anyways, right, it's been fine. Nothing's broken. I did lose one piece of it. The I don't even know what it's called. The thing that actually goes on the A-frame, that you tighten the bolt down to it, that actually holds the chain on there and everything. I somehow lost one. Don't know how that happened, or if I got robbed, or somebody lost theirs, so they took mine. I don't know what happened, but anyways, so I had to replace that. But the full setup originally, and I don't know if this was like a bulk deal that they had, but it was $300 even plus tax. So $300 for that full distribution setup. I'm thinking about buying a new one. But anyways, you can decent quality. I wouldn't say it's bad or anything. But yeah, $300, that's probably a good range to go around with. If you're trying to be on the cheaper side, probably buy guaranteed. Somebody's selling them. Go on the Facebook RV transporting equipment groups. Equipment that's for sale, you could probably buy something for dirt cheap. Guys who are bailing out of the industry. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. But yeah. All right. I had dropped the trailer at a buddy's house to deliver in the morning. 5 minutes after I dropped it, size of hail came in. If I had known, I would have guarded that unit with my life. Oh, that's some big hail. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Man. Oh, wow. That is tough. Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, whether it's dropped off or you're just parked on the side of the road with that type of damage, I mean, what you're going to try to protect it and put your, that's rough. That's tough. Man. Anybody else want to share where you're going? Where you guys headed to this week? If you're just joining here recently, I'm going to West Texas, Stanton, Texas, this week, and should be a good, hopefully boring trip. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, I'll be going there this week. Be home midweek sometime, but pretty good place to go to. But it can be pretty lonely out there, out in the middle of nowhere. It's been a while since I've been to more West Texas there, but anyways, should be good to go through Oklahoma and everything and have a good time. What's going on, Tim? Thanks for joining, man. Yeah, I got out of church and got some Wendy's, and here we are. So just hanging out with you guys here for a little bit here. How many miles do you like to drive? Is it drive a day? Do I like to drive a day? Todd, in a day, I mean, I go the full 11 hours unless I'm sick or unless the weather's crazy or something happened. I go the full 11 hours. Okay. Drive in a week. So for me, I've been doing some weeks where I'm only gone a couple days. So, 1,500 miles round trip, 700-mile run trip. There's times where I'll go 3,000 miles a week, maybe even more. I know you could definitely do more. I've got my budget down where I want it to be. I don't have to have a large amount of money coming in. I've got my expenses down, so I really do enjoy being home, guys. There's some other guys on here. They run hard. Fair winds and following seas, and he does not play games. He is out there hustling. He's killing it. I'm just kind of the guy who I've done that, and for me, where I'm at in life, I'd rather be home. I'd rather try to make better content, try to help grow this channel, be a better help to you guys. So for me right now, I'm doing less miles, but in a month I'm still doing I would say round trip, just total. Probably still around the let's see, probably still at least 8,000, maybe even more, but not as much as some guys. Some guys hustle, that's for sure. Peter, total all that week. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, I just signed up with Synergy. I'm in Germany to the 28th. Be back on the U.S. on the 10th. Okay. Buying a new 3500 dually. Got a CDL. All right, Peter, getting it set up, man. That's awesome. Yeah. Peter, are you buying brand new? Are you buying used? Are you getting a Ford or are you getting a Ram? Chevy. What are you going to be getting, Peter? Tony Hunter, can you deliver RVs with your own authority? If so, is the rate more? So Tony, I don't have all the information to be able to answer that entirely. If you have your own authority, I believe the way my guesstimation, which maybe you should just ignore me, but my understanding is that you would have to be able to, them. It wouldn't just be, hey, I'm going to be in the area. Can I have one? My understanding is the authority you being the authority would have to work out some type of deal where a certain amount of units, a contract for a certain amount of units to actually go out. Maybe that's not how it works. That's my understanding that I've just heard from several different people. But you would have to be able to deliver a certain amount of units in a certain amount of time as well. So it may be difficult if it's just you driving yourself. It absolutely would be much higher pay. The authority, Synergy, or any other company. I'm just playing with a light bulb right now. Oh dear, they're barking the head off here. Sorry. I'm just playing with a light bulb here. I don't know why. Settle down. Oh dear. It absolutely would be more pay having your own authority. My understanding is it's close to 50%, maybe 40, 45, 50, whatever it is that the authority gets from every single load. So whatever we are getting paid, close to double it for that, for those loads. So maybe I'm wrong. In the comments, let me know. Let me know if that's completely wrong. That's just what I've heard, and maybe they've been wrong as well. But yeah, it'll definitely be more money with your own authority. But my understanding is, if you've got your own authority, there's so many other options to be able to deliver that are higher pay than a travel trailer, that it would be better to go that route. But to each his own, I guess. So yeah. Alex, I got serious lag waiting to load, probably 10 minutes behind. Okay. Gotcha. All right. M. Wits, sitting in fountain, and a little windy across the top. I gotcha. Yep, I would imagine so out there. All right. Tim, if you rebuild a truck, what parts would you use? So by that question, you mean, what transmission or what turbo or what engine? I'm just trying to think to answer the question correctly. If you rebuild the truck, what parts would you use? I've always heard Allison transmissions are the way to go. More recently, I've heard people say no. They can be put in a Ram. There's a conversion kit to be able to do that, but definitely can happen. When my factory turbo goes out, whenever, oh no, I just did it again. Dogs. I'm making these noises in here and going downstairs to fight off the intruder. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just knocked on my desk, and I knocked on the desk, and the dogs went nuts. Oh my word. Yeah, she's Kara, my girlfriend. She's watching the dogs while I'm in here, so they're not going nuts in here. So, but yeah, probably an Allison transmission, and I've been looking at the turbo. That's what I was saying. When the factory VGT veritable geometry turbo, whatever it's called, when that dies. First of all, the stock with 560,000 plus miles, I may just go stock again. I don't know. But if I am going to be replacing a part, I would prefer it to have a higher performance value to me. So I might go with a better turbo. I definitely want to have my personal opinion is to have that exhaust brake, that turbo brake. So I'm probably going to be having, no matter what turbo I get, it'll have a exhaust brake on there. But I've heard a lot about the Cheetah turbo. So probably a Cheetah turbo, Allison transmission, and yeah, same Cummins. Not messing with that. Hopefully that never goes, but we'll see what happens. So yeah. Fair Winds is a driving machine. Yes, he is. He is not messing around, man. He's awesome. Joe, Daniel, hello from Las Vegas. Great videos, inspiration. Happy to help, man. Glad I can be a help. I don't know everything, but anything I do know, I definitely want to give to you guys any way I can. If you guys have things you want to see, feel free to email me or hit me up on Instagram or whatever to give me those ideas. I have a long list of ideas. Right here. I've got a list of ideas right here. And then I have a list of ideas on my phone. And so from there, I just kind of decide which is needed the most at this point right now. What can I actually do with the time I have to be able to bust out some of these videos? So let me know if there's any way I can help further. If there's things that I haven't thought of, but there's also can't talk. There's also other YouTubers who have great knowledge. They know what they're doing, and they can be a big help to you. So go ahead and check them out. Fair Winds and Following Seas, the Pneumatic Couple, and I know there's several other ones now. I do want to put a video out there at some point, just kind of listing off everybody's names and try to help the whole community grow, so everybody can see everybody's point of view, their perspective, and where they can be a help as well. Peter, so with the Ram, okay. Oh, new Ram. Okay, man, awesome. I can dig that. I know with anything new, these days, technology is so much, at a higher level, higher quality. It can be interesting to see, when technology works, it's great. But when it doesn't, it can be a headache. So, whatever way to maybe protect yourself with a warranty or something, buying a brand new truck to make sure you don't get caught with, technology issues or whatnot. But that's awesome. Definitely good to see that. Tony, I've been a subscriber for a long time. Thanks for the info. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for jumping on the live here, man. And I just, I started making my channel started. If you go back and watch or just scroll through my videos, my entire channel was only how-to stuff for the Ram 3500, 2012, whatever. Just as I was replacing parts in my truck, I just said I'm going to record it, and because there's so many videos out there where guys just butcher the how-to, and they don't show you all the little things that you really need to see, but they'll show you the easy stuff. And so I desperately thought, man, I'm an idiot, but maybe I can do a better job putting these how-to videos step by step together. And that's just my desperation to try to help the community for Ram truck drivers, as I've been driving for Synergy in the transporting business this whole time. And it was finally at the beginning of December, like December 15th or sometime in there, where I said, you know what, I I'm not a mechanic, that's for sure. And I've been throwing stuff together for the how-to for my truck, but maybe I can share something about transporting. And I made like my first 5 videos in like the same night or something like that. And I thought, man, I don't have anything else to talk about. What else is there? I think I've covered everything. And how silly is that? Oh my word. There's a million things that we can cover. I've got several things here, several things on my phone. So yeah, just, sharing what I've experienced, what I've seen, and just, policies and things in the industry, how things go. Just really wanted to share. So my whole channel kind of shifted at the end of last year to more transporting. Before it was how to with truck stuff, and oh yeah, I'm a transporter. Now it's I'm a transporter, and oh yeah, here's some how to stuff. So anyways, just kind of a history of how this channel has changed. But yeah. Richard, is it worth buying a fifth wheel setup versus just pulling tow behind? Richard, my opinion is if you don't have the capital up front to get a fifth wheel setup, they're probably only a couple $100, $200, $300, $400 for a used one, for a good used one. I would, depending on your GVWR, whether you have a CDL or not, that might determine the type of fifth wheel you want to get to be able to not limit you if you get a smaller, lower weighted fifth wheel hitch. But if money's tight, I would say hold off. It's not worth. There's much more travel trailers out there to be pulled than there are fifth wheels. If you do have a CDL, I would definitely say long-term wise, you definitely want to get one at some point. What usually happens when things dry up, whether it's the maintenance or they have the at the manufacturers. You can tell I'm using technical words here. When they have the normal years, July and December, January shutdown, where they refit or they have maintenance in the factories. The last trailers they're going to be on anybody's load board when things dry up, it's going to be CDL fifth wheels. And the reason why is not every person has a fifth wheel hitch. And so if you do, you've got a little bit more of an option. Oh my word. You've got a little bit more options to be able to pull. And if you have a CDL, it's even better. You may be one of the, I don't have a CDL, but I have the fifth wheel. So I'm kind of out of luck when it comes to when things really, really dry up and there's only CDL fifth wheels out there. So that's just a thought to have. Initially, you don't have to have it. My truck came with a fifth wheel when I had my Ford. So I've always had a fifth wheel, but you don't have to. You can work your way into it. No pressure. No company's they might say, hey, we want you to get one at some point, but my understanding is they can't force you to get that type of hitch. So yeah, just depending on your needs, your financial needs, that's up to you. MWITS in your 4 year, okay, in your 4 years of pulling, is there any truth? I'm sorry. Are you aware of loads that drivers get that don't make the load boards? In my 4 years, I know. I'll say this: dispatchers, how you treat it. Oh man, this is probably like a 6-video series. When your dispatcher calls you and says, "Hey, you're in the area because you're dropping off this load. Could you help us with this load?" Or we have old and hot loads that we really need taken care of, and they're paying more money. If you are selfish, if you are going to say, no, I'm only going to take these loads that are going here and there and nowhere else. Dispatchers remember that. They remember who works well with them, who play ball, who are going to be an asset to the company instead of being selfish. And so I have intentionally said to, over the last 4 years, a couple different dispatchers, I'm here to help. Unless I have something going on at home, I have to be there for. If you need something, call me, let me know. I'm here to help, even if it's going the wrong direction I want to go. As long as it's safe to travel and I'm not going into death of a blizzard storm or something crazy, I'm down to help. When I do that, there is no, okay, we're going to give you a couple loads underneath the board, at this time later on. But I can tell you, there's been times where I've said, hey, I'm looking to go to New Jersey for vacation. My girlfriend, her family goes to New Jersey or Florida, depending on the year. And I tag along, have my own room and everything. And I'd love to get a load to those places. And so I'll say, hey, in a couple of weeks, I'm hoping to go over here. Is there any chance you can help me out and let me know if something pops up? And that's not an unreasonable thing to ask as a driver. I'll just tell you, it makes it a whole lot easier when you are one of the few people, because there are few people who will actually be a help and be an asset to the company and be an encourager like that. So, anyways, so there might be something that pops up that doesn't make the load board that that they might call and say, hey, I know you were looking to go to this place. Are you willing to go? It is a possibility, yes, but 99% of the time, no. So bye. Have a good night. Text me when you get home, okay? Okay. Bye. All right. Let me back up in the chat. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Tim says you could make money by selling parts and equipment. Maybe. The way people act, and here's the deal. If you try to make a business out of selling, buying used and selling used stuff, you might be able to make a little bit of money. But people in the industry already, there's certain times of the year where we can expect to see multiple trucks, multiple fuel tanks, toolboxes, all these different things be put on Facebook groups, be put on the Craigslist around Goshen, Elkhart area, these types of things, selling for dirt cheap or close to it, because people are bailing, they're going out of the industry, they got wrecked, they can't handle the job. The massive turnover that we have in this job is just huge. And so there is there might be money to be made trying to sell this stuff, but I can tell you the attitudes that I see on the Facebook groups, it's largely when you put up anything for sale, the first 10 comments are going to be guys saying, you can buy that for half the price over here, or I just saw this over here. They downplay the price all the time on anything and everything, even if it's brand new and it's smiling at you with a twinkle in the tool's eye or whatever it is. You're probably going to be not getting what you want out of things. So I don't know about making money off of those parts. Maybe to new drivers you could, but yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see here, Arkansas Woodcutter. Thank you, man. Alex, appreciate it, man. Oh dear, hold on. Whoa, what's going on? Okay, let's see. Alex, yes, 5 is got me more. Oh, fifth wheel got me more money in the bank. Okay. How does a fifth wheel qualify as a CDL only load? Okay, so sorry about that. I didn't really explain that too well. So Chris, there are loads that with my GVWR, it's 12.3. So anything above 13.7, because I have to because I'm 16K or less, those would be not a non-CDL load. What most, at least what Synergy does, is anything above. I think it's probably 14. If there's a load on there, a CDL load, or I'm sorry, there's a fifth wheel load on there that's 14,000 pounds. Most of the time, Synergy, if you go back and watch one of my videos talking about how to pick a load off a load board, you'll see some of those where I kind of talked about it, but it'll say CDL required. And potentially, if you have let's say a 3/4 ton truck that has a 10,000 GVWR, but your trailer, the fifth wheel you're pulling, says 14,000 CDL required. Well, that's only 24,000. So you could still take that CDL load, but it's just the company, for whatever reason, Synergy says it's a CDL load. But I have a buddy who has a 3/4 ton truck, 10,000 GVWR, and he pulls CDL loads all the time. If he pushed, he can't pull above a 16,000 pound fifth wheel, that's for sure. That would be meeting his GVWR there, the GCWR, I guess, gross combination total being above 26. But yeah, we're gonna. Wow. Get rid of this nonsense here. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. Yeah. Rather. Don't really have time for that kind of stuff. Anyway, sorry. Arkansas, gotta go. Have a great stream. See you on the road. Yes, sir. Be safe, man. Have a great night. Yes. All right. Just trying to catch up here. Oh, Arkansas said usually I missed that. Sorry. Usually is super hot loads that pop up that never make the board. Yeah. Yep. I would agree with that. So that dude, blah blah blah. That guy was a jerk. Yeah, just kind of wasting our time here. Don't really need that here. Trying to be a help. So, Paul, enjoyed your video about the 40-cent increase per mile and the issues that generated and how new drivers might get on over their heads with new equipment. Yeah. Man, I'm thinking about doing another video, kind of digging a little deeper into these things. I don't know if it would be a help. I want to make sure I don't get kind of into the weeds, but I'm thinking about doing a follow-up video on that, just because of the response that video had, and maybe just kind of get a little deeper with some of these things to kind of talk through the mentality of this stuff. But yeah. Chris, someone being stupid. Yeah. Yeah. People like to troll. It's all good. I think he's probably my first troll in a live stream. So thank you, buddy. You're doing something decent. If you got somebody actually trolling you. So whatever. Let's see. Tim, do you haul trailers for shows? Yes, and I'll say that's another part of it. with getting help from a dispatcher on a load that you would like to have, or something like that, that's maybe not on the load board yet, but they're about to put it on. They say, hey, would you like this load? Would that be a help to you? If you are someone who plays ball and is a helper at your company, and you take a lot of guys don't like going to shows, and that's going to be probably a couple videos worth in the future here. But going to shows, the Hershey, Pennsylvania show, lots of trailers going there. Ryder's barking his head off down there. There's shows in California, I think in like North Carolina or somewhere else. I think Connecticut or Massachusetts. But there's definitely shows across the country for sure. And Louisville. That's another big one. And so if you're somebody who takes trailers to those shows, that's a big help. Those dispatchers you could hear it in their voice. They're like, you think you could take a trailer? I could put you on my list to be able to take a trailer. Like, they're desperate. So if you're somebody who says, you can count on me, I'm showing up, I'll take one, maybe two. Maybe it's not the miles you want to go, and that messes up your week. But if you're help like that, man, I'm telling you, you may not be putting money in your physical bank account as much, but you are putting money in your I don't know how to say it, but in your your value to the company. They see that, they remember that. I've been told by dispatchers, yeah, we don't have favorites, but we do remember who helps us and who throws us under the bus consistently. So I just got to tell you, that's how that goes. I know I put that one guy in timeout or whatever in the world it said, but I'm just going to go ahead and I've never done this before. Hide user on this. This user's message will be hidden. Okay, I don't really know from before. Hopefully he doesn't come back. Sorry. Let's see here. You should block and report. Yeah. I hope I did. I don't really know. Chris, worst experience on the road. Man, I have yet to share the story of my injectors going out in Missouri. My probably overall catastrophe financially, my worst financial story was probably just my Ford blowing up a month into the job, and then sitting for a week in Rolla, Missouri, and then buying a Ram from a Ford dealership, not having a clue what I was doing, and getting financially wrecked. That's probably, in my nightmares at sometimes, but besides that, probably my injectors, but I got to tell you that whole story of my injectors blowing, and maybe I'll make a road story or whatever about it. But I got to tell you, man, it was just the biggest discouragement. But I had so many people, and I don't think I even was doing RV transporting stuff on here at all. There was no community to reach out to, and I had so many people from Facebook groups and stuff rally around me, and they were such a big help to me, and it touched my heart. It really did, and I just got rescued, and I give God all the credit for that. I'm standing at in front of my truck. My engine is rocking back and forth, and there's black smoke shooting everywhere, and I'm just like, Lord, I cannot do this. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know how much this costs. I don't know how I'm going to get off the road. I am scared to death. No joke. I was just immobilized. Man, that was a really rough night. But anyways, I'll share that full story in a video. But I got to give God the credit. I literally prayed, and within like a minute, help showed up that I didn't even call for, and just crazy story, but probably one of my scariest, worst experiences. Let's see. I reported him to YouTube. Okay, thank you. Burrito Bandito. It would be great if you got deeper into the problems with the 40-cent increase. Did you already watch the video, Burrito? I can in this video, in this live stream, if you like, but yeah. Oh, if you're talking about me doing a deeper video, I can do that definitely. If you guys are interested in that, kind of digging deeper into, and the thing is, my dad, he graduated from a university as a bachelor's in economics, and so I've heard it my whole life how economics work, how supply and demand, how price points go, and just I've heard it my whole life from him, and maybe I can't regurgitate it as well as he can just on the fly. He just rolls with it. But I've had these things drilled into me, and seeing how the economy works. When the government or individuals try to force the market to do something, the market is going to kick back. And so you don't tell the market or the people how it's going to be. They tell you. The market tells you. And so this type of a situation, it's fairly easy to predict what's going to happen. You can't go straight up for forever. And eventually when you're going straight down or in a recovery mode, in a recession, in a whatever things rebound, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, it's fairly easy to see. But when we try to force things, or we think we're going to capitalize or outsmart, the situation, that's when people get themselves in trouble. Yeah. Peter, I live in South Carolina, Greenville. Gotcha. All right. Transport. You a Lucas guy, or do you change it up for your fuel oil transmission? Man, I got to tell you, I'm a Lucas guy. I've been getting into the Hot Shot secret stuff just briefly, and I just tried. Man, I can't remember what that was. Tried something else recently. I noticed a slight difference, and everybody's got their opinion, but for the most part, I'm a Lucas guy for sure. With my transmission, with my engine oil. I just heard of a product recently for oil and for transmission. I don't know if they have stuff for fuel, but I heard of this new product, not new, but new to me. And I'm going to be trying that out here in the future. I don't want to encourage everybody else to go do it because if I have good results, I'll share it with you. If I don't want you to. I've actually been. I followed a guy on YouTube who was doing truck stuff for Rams, and he made videos talking about getting injectors from this certain guy, and recommended him as if he knew this guy. And I trusted the YouTuber, and I ended up getting financially taken, as well as the YouTuber, and for more money than I really care to share about. And so, the thought of me recommending anything to you guys, not on my complete and honest opinion of my experience with whatever it is, that just makes me cringe. I can't do that to you guys. So I try to be very careful. I don't want to share anything. Oh yeah, go out and buy this and do this when I haven't tested it. I don't know for sure. If it ends up being bad for me down the road, I don't want to throw you guys under the bus. That's just how it is. And I just, man, that just kills me because I got taken as well. I got taken. That happened to me. So, man, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to do that to you guys. Let's see here. Oh, I got to catch up here. Peter, Hot Shot. Yep. Chris, I live in Missouri. Should have hollered at me, man. Man, if I knew you back then, that would have been great. Man, passing through. Howdy. What's going on, man? David Powers. Hey, bud. Don't know if you remember or not. Me and my wife started with Wave Express 6 weeks ago. Little follow-up. Everything is going great. Thank you to God bless. Awesome, man. That is great. So you and your wife, you're still enjoying it after all this time? What do you think? I'm curious what a newer driver thinks. David, what do you think about the 40-cent increase? What have you done with that? If you want to share, what have you done with that extra money? Have you put that towards maintenance? Are you putting that towards steak every night? What are you doing with that extra money as a new driver? The Cookie, what's going on, man? What's up, great one? Glad to have you, man. Awesome. Tim, are you going to build a backup truck? It would be good for your channel if you could get sponsored. Wow. If I had enough money to come in and do that, that'd be great. Right now, all the money that I'm pulling in, which I'm not driving as much as some other guys are, I'm able to pay all my bills. I would probably have to drive quite a bit more to be able to do that. YouTube money is not a new truck money type of money or anything at all. So, and I'm really just anything that I get from YouTube, any super chats, anything like that, guys, that you would give to me, that goes straight back into this whole operation. That's just me trying to do what I can. I've put quite a bit of money into trying to get YouTube going and equipment and stuff. And I bought some garbage. I bought some good stuff. Just trying to find the best way to be able to be a better help, to show you better video quality. I know more recently I've really struggled with some of my video stuff. My GoPro, it's been a really big headache, and so I'm trying to get better quality stuff. My current laptop that you're actually on right now with me, it was not made for video editing. I'll say that. Let's see. This is just a monitor. This computer right here, this is actually my church's computer that I'm the treasurer, so or whatever you want to call it. I do the bills for stuff. So this is not able to be used for this kind of stuff. It's really old anyway, so it couldn't work. So I'm trying to save up to be able to get a better laptop and something that can actually do decent with editing, so it doesn't take forever. But anyway, so yeah, just that would be cool to be able to do a whole other truck and to be able to get it all put together for you guys and try to show more things about it as I'm learning how-to stuff for the truck anyway. So yeah, appreciate that though. That'd be cool. Definitely good to show. And yeah, for a sponsor, that would be crazy to have a sponsor be able to help through that stuff. Dan's hitch. Passing through backup truck with Dan's hitch and Just Performance as sponsor. That would be awesome. That would be crazy. I don't know if this channel is big enough for them to want to do that. That would be crazy. But yeah, that's a cool thought. Peter, God is up for you, pro. Chris, I got home yesterday and I've been hitting it hard in the shop. I have the bad motor out. Oh my word! Off my new to me truck, 2004 Ram 3500, and getting a new one tomorrow. Getting video of the swap. Oh my word! Wow, that's gonna be wild. Oh my word! I will definitely check that out, man. By the way, I believe I did get your, excuse me, your email and everything. So I did go through. I haven't responded yet. Sorry about that, but awesome. Hope to have the video done by this weekend. Hope all is well. Yeah, man. Very cool. Hope to, dogs doing their job well. Yeah, Alex. My girlfriend left. But yeah, Bella, the Brindle Boxer, and Ryder, my golden retriever. He's got the bark of a bear, but then when he comes up to you, he just starts licking you, and so he's all bark and no bite. But yeah, he definitely sounds scary as he's like tumbling down my stairs to get to the front door. Oh man. Chris, glad to see you giving God all the thanks. Makes me want to watch more of your videos. Hey man, that's awesome. Awesome. He honestly, there's a lot of reasons why I started this channel. Earlier in the video, I said, about the how-to stuff, and then I wanted to share, transporting stuff if there was anything for me to even share. But honestly, my past, I'm 20. How old am I? 27 years old. I was not always this way. I didn't always have this type of attitude. I trusted Christ when I was 9 years old and started that relationship with him. It's not about religion. It's not about doing all these little things. But I repented of my sin. I trusted Christ, what he did on his work on the cross for me, and that free gift of salvation. And, my parents divorced, had a rough time with that, all through middle school, all through high school. And I really just struggled with, I blamed God. I was upset. And this isn't an RV, conversation here, but just kind of sharing, being real with you guys. I've had some hard times in my life, and everybody's had hard times, man. It's just people have different experiences, but life is hard. Life is rough. And, I was bitter and angry at God, bitter and angry at my parents, the whole situation. And I finally kind of came to the end of myself. I already knew Christ as my Savior, but I was just done. I hate being so angry. I hate that I'm hating everything so much. And that's just crazy. I was cussing up a storm, and I would cuss at myself because I was cussing. And that's just like, what? And I was miserable, and I was just done. I was just done with my life. I wasn't suicidal or anything, but I was just done. And, I finally just said, Lord, I'm done with my life. You take and do whatever you want with it. I quit. And since then, me allowing him into my life more and allowing him to lead me and really work inside my heart, it's changed me. And so all this to say, the reason for starting this channel is because I care and I love people and I want to help and I want to be a helper. I want to be an encourager. And so God has given me this heart to be a help to you, to everybody. And all I can say is he's the reason for why I'm even here doing this at all. He loves me. He changed my life after I continually to just throw him overboard. And I want to share that love that he's given me with other people and to be a help where I can. And so that's really the foundation of why this is even here, even with the how-to stuff earlier on. That's why. So anyways, that's why I'm here. Heard of a guy putting ATF in fuel tank. Wow. So that'd be a pretty crazy lubrication, I guess. Hopefully that doesn't mess things up. I've heard that kind of stuff before, like in your engine oil, right before you do like an oil change. Man, I don't know if I would do it, but very cool. And thank you so much for that donation, man. I really appreciate that. Everything is going to go back into the channel, trying to get this stuff better. If I can get the time it takes me to edit and do all these things, if I can do things quicker, then I'm going to try to put more content out. I've got the video ideas over here. I've got more on my phone. I've got a few people I just pick their brain, and I'll just start writing ideas down, or things that would be relevant to hopefully you guys. So if I can do the other stuff, the behind the scenes stuff quicker, man, I'm gonna try to bust out even more videos for you guys. In Wits, I put the 40-cent increase into a maintenance account. Booyah! That's going to be a fire maintenance account. That is awesome. Good to hear. That is and here's the thing. In that video that I made, the 40-cent increase money, why I'm fearful for new drivers. I'm not fearful for you, the driver who's going to be diligent and smart with the money. It's the people who go off and go into Candyland and they start making wild decisions. And that scares me to death. I'm fearful for them, because you're on the road to pain. So very good idea. Very, very smart. Johnny King, what's going on? AMSOIL is great for diesel engines also. I've been hearing more and more about AMSOIL. I know they've got some research and stuff on there. I may try that out in the future. But for me, I'm biased. Rotella T6 5W40 with Lucas oil stabilizer. That's just been my jam for so long. And the Blackstone oil analysis kit. I've got some videos on the oil analysis stuff. You can check that out. It's in a playlist, I think. But I've had great results with that. But I'm sure AMSOIL is going to be great as well. So many guys recommend that, so that's awesome. Very good. Passing through, hanging out in Arizona at rest area delivery in the morning. Awesome. After the 43-foot beast. Wow. I brought back from Texas. Okay. Oh, that was the load that the backhaul you were talking about. Awesome. I picked up a nice light Cougar to bring out here. Very good. Very good. Awesome. David, the extra money towards maintenance and saving plan on when rate goes back down. Yes, sir. I'm with you. Chris, awesome. It's no problem. God bless. Very good. Awesome. Chris, that's a great testimony. It's him, man. That's awesome. Tim, you were lost, but now you are found. Yes, sir. It's just his grace. That's all I can say. Great testimony. Peter, and we are here for you too. Sorry, my English is not so good. No problem, Peter. Thank you for jumping in, though. Seriously. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me here. Richard, I've been thinking about this for 2.5 years. Just haven't got the money or credit yet, but we'll have soon. Awesome. First of all, that's a long time to be preparing for something. So that probably means you've got quite a bit of questions answered. If there's anything I can help with further, let me know. But that's awesome to be preparing for this that far out. That's awesome. I'm gonna take a drink because my throat is about to die. Oh. I'm drinking the hard stuff, vanilla Coke. So we're living wild tonight. Usually I'm I've gotten harassed by a couple of buddies of mine for it, but I'm a dude. I'm just gonna say it. High C, orange vanilla, high C. It just touches my heart, man. I love it. I love it to death. And that stuff goes down so easily. Oh, I could drink a gallon of that at a time. It's so good. But some buddies will harass me because it's a little kid drink or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. High C should taste awful once you become an adult. I forgot. I'll just flip that switch. But I'm like, man, it's good. I love it. But the only real place I can get it, regular orange high C, that it can be found some places. McDonald's took it off their menu, broke my heart. But man, orange vanilla high C at Wendy's. Wendy's my girl when it comes to the orange vanilla high C. So, anyways, you guys probably don't care about that, but anyways, Todd, over 550. I hope you have a great backup plan. Yeah, I got to tell you, some time ago, actually, it's been an ongoing. Actually, I don't want to give away too much. This is an upcoming video. I actually didn't post a video today. I wanted to. Things have come up recently. I'm hoping to maybe be able to get one out even tonight, maybe, or maybe tomorrow sometime. But the idea of being able to do I get rid of a truck after 200,000 miles? Do I? It's a really bigger question than people might think. But at what point do I throw one truck away and go to the next? At what point do you have more money into it than it's really worth? How far are you going to go with this truck? You're going to keep investing these things. And for me, I'm at over $500,000 with one set of injectors and plenty of wheel bearings in the front and hub assembly and several track bars and some ball joints. So front end stuff, which is to be expected on these Rams, and then injectors. And I've been spoiled rotten with a 68 RFE that thankfully still has life in it. I hope tomorrow it does. And then, original stock turbo as well. And so, I've probably put a fair amount of money into the truck to keep it going. But I haven't had to actually put in a new transmission, new turbo, and all those things. And so for me, my decision, the tipping point for me was probably somewhere in the close to 300,000 range, where I said, you know what, I've put so much money into this truck already, and it's the setup that I like, and it doesn't have DEF, and it doesn't have even more technology that could potentially go bad on me. It's got plenty already on it, computer, ECM, all this stuff. At what point do I want to break away and say I'm going to lose money on what the value is or whatever, high mileage truck, going down the road, but at what point do I say, you know what, this is too much of a lost cause. I've got a backup plan to get another truck, where I've already bought another one or something like that. For me, I've just decided it's a personal decision, and it's everybody. You got to decide for yourself. But for me, it was at about 300,000 miles where I said, you know what, I've got this much money into it. It's what I want to keep down the road as much as I can. And I'm just going to drive this thing literally until the frame rusts away. And so I'm just going to do my absolute best to keep this puppy rolling. And anything can happen out on the road, getting in an accident, something getting totaled, whatever the case may be. But as much as it's in my power to do so, I'm going to keep this truck as long as I can. And so that means, looking towards 1 million miles or buying a transmission or buying a turbo. I've got a maintenance account. It's got a decent amount of money in there. And so we'll just see what the truck has in store for me. God, at the end of the day, God provides, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I know I should be doing, and go from there. So that's kind of my philosophy on a backup plan. When things go south, we'll see where we're at. I have replaced parts of my truck preemptively before as a backup plan type of thing, but that's just kind of where I'm at. I meant to say a good maintenance money, and then okay, yeah. So Todd, I should have read that right before. Yeah, plenty of money in the bank account. But the truth is, it was in between 300 and let's say 425 is probably where I really had to, and it's mostly just front end stuff. But the injectors were at 405, and several other front end components were in that range as well, 300 to 4 and some change. So I've already kind of gone through that wave of forking out the dough. So anyways, yeah. And what's maybe on another video you can talk about best routes to utilizing your time and mileage from load yards instead of the recommended route that comes with dispatch. That's a good idea. I just don't know how I would be able to. Let me write that down real quick before I absolutely forget it. Write that down. Let's see. Summarize it. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to write this down real quick and maybe think this a little further. Compare. Country. Okay. All right. Angel, what's going on, man? Glad to have you here. Awesome. Let's see. Mark, like your channel, just bought a 15 Ram 3500 dually under rear seat for Bully Dog GT programmer and Arcade programmer. Wouldn't have purchased truck if I'd seen them. Unable to unlock these. Make sure I'm actually reading that right. I'm sorry. So you bought the Bully Dog GT programmer and an Anarchy programmer. Wouldn't have purchased truck. I'd seen them unable to unlock these. So are you saying the two programmers couldn't unlock the truck, or did you delete the emission stuff or whatnot? For a 15, I would assume they'd be able to. I don't think the Bully Dog that can actually unlock or anything, but I would think the program that Anarchy one might be able to. Peter, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. Everything's going to go back into the channel. Thank you for your support, man. Really appreciate that. Okay. Tim, I have a Ram 1500. I have put ball joints in and wheel hub. Now I have to do ball joints again. What are the best brand to use? I don't want Moog. Tim, you're on the right track. Do not go with Moog. Moog is super duper cheap, and it's for a reason. Yeah, don't do Moog. I've done it multiple times, and I've had to replace my ball joints multiple times. It's easy at this point for me to do ball joints. I could probably do it with my eyes closed. It's just a headache. I recently did a video. Not recently. What am I talking about? A while ago, I did a video on Synergy MFG, Synergy Manufacturing ball joints. Their ball joints, they have the what is it? Oh dear, the oversized, just like Moog, or they have the regular where they're not oversized. So far, they've been holding up for quite well. I've done the ball joint 12 and 6 o'clock. Seeing if there's any play in there. They're holding up well. So I did a review on those, the installation of that. I also put on their track bar. Just so you know, I did I guess it was a sponsorship. They gave me a discount. I got their ball joints and their track bar. They gave me a discount if I made a video on it. But I'm very pleased with both of those products. The Synergy Manufacturing, they're not cheap. I believe there's a lifetime warranty. I can't remember now. But Synergy MFG, if not, anybody besides Moog is going to be better. That's all I have to really say. But I'm definitely with you, not Moog. Mike, hey Dan, do you find that the truck stops have a busy day or time in order for you to get some rest? In other words, not so crowded days and times. I'll say this. That's a great question. I would say, depending on where you're at in the country, I would say east, you probably need to get there before, I would say 7. And again, I'm generalizing a lot, but in the east, it seems to me that that there's more things start really stacking up pretty quickly before at about 7-ish. So if you get there, in between 7 to 8 or maybe 9, it's possible. You're still going to have several options to park at there. I would just say that much later than 8 or 9, it's going to be pretty rough. I would say out west, and depending where out west, there's probably lesser options depending where you're at, what state you're in. Few and far between, which either means that's a good thing or a bad thing for you. If you're trying to get in one of those places, I would say it's a little later in the West. That's just my opinion. If you disagree, let us know down in the comments below. If you would say that your experience is different with getting into truck stops, I would say in the West you can push it a little later in the day. People start coming in 8, 9, 10, and things start stacking up then. That's just been my experience, Mike. But, in the South, I would just say it would be a little bit more towards the earlier time in the evening, because I don't stay out on the weekends. I'm home with my family. I'm going to church and stuff. I don't know for a weekend as far as the timing. I guess I couldn't really give you on a Monday or a Thursday type of an idea on that. I would just be able to say that, the earlier in the day versus later in the evening by just a couple hours can be drastic of a situation for that. But yeah. And it took me 3 weeks to realize that taking the 20, the 2, and then 94 to bypass the tolls going west. 3 weeks to realize. Taking the 20. Okay. Gotcha. Tony, what's going on? Great to have you, man. All right. Ray Stewart, what's going on, sir? Thanks for the info, brother. I'm in pipeline for Horizon. Do you have a recommendation for fifth wheel hitch and bumper hitch? Appreciate your channel. Keep up the good work. Thanks so much, Ray. I appreciate that, man. So what I did was I don't have a CDL. The fifth wheel hitch that I got is the B&W. I believe it's the 20,000-pound hitch. I can't even pull a 20,000-pound trailer. But if I ever did get my CDL, I could. And so I just wanted to leave that option available to myself. If you get a 14 or a 16 or something, that might limit you if you don't have your CDL. And you were to get your CDL. So I would say B&W hitch. There's many fifth wheel hitches for sale that are used, probably even B&W hitches from guys who are bailing from the industry. There's Facebook group, RV Transporting Equipment for Sale groups. In the regular Facebook groups, there's stuff for sale as well. It seems there's on a regular basis, every year, there seems to be certain times when people are jumping out of the industry and they just put everything up for sale. And so you could probably get a good deal on that. Check out Craigslist around the Goshen, Elkhart area for those things. But definitely options out there for cheaper. But I would just suggest B&W. And then the actual bumper pull hitch, depending on your company, if you're with, you said, see if I read that right, Horizon. Okay, so I believe Horizon requires distribution bars. So I don't know if there's an absolute best one out there. I'm considering replacing mine. I got mine from Dooley Depot. It was $300. Synergy announced that we were required to have those distribution bars on our trailers over a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that. And so I just said, okay, who's got the one for me? Because I got to go make money. And so I went ahead and went to Dooley Depot. To be honest, I don't even know the brand that I even have for the distribution bars. You can see it in my video. Sorry, I don't know if you can tell, my inside of my eye is a little messed up. Bella, the boxer, she was getting real excited. She punched me in the face with her paw, and so this is kind of itching and hurting, and I'm still kind of bruised up, so it's kind of irritating me. Sorry about this. I'm gonna cry my eyes out on camera here. But anyways, Dooley Depot, $300. Maybe the price has gone up. I don't know if that was a special deal Synergy had with Dooley Depot. They ordered a whole bunch at one time, I think 4 Synergy drivers. But again, used can be good. I'm probably going to be buying a brand new setup there. But yeah, don't have an exact advisement on that right now. So see, and thank you again for you said appreciate your channel. Keep up with the really appreciate that. Any way I can be a help, I'm there. Appreciate it. Let's see, Ben. Hi, sorry I missed your live. I just pulled the brake trailer and had to take it back. 500-mile run into a 1,600-mile on my dime. Oh my word, Ben, I am so sorry. Oh my word, you pulled the wrong trailer. Oh man, that is tough. I am so sorry. Yeah, you know, there's been times where I've come close to pulling the wrong trailer. I've been lined up to oh my word. You're not alone, and I've come very, very close a couple times where you pull up, you got your paperwork, and you're going through the aisle, and you see that's where it is, and then you pull forward, and then you kind of turn and back up, go to the right one. I've done it where I've almost completely hooked up to the trailer, and I realized that I went too far forward, and I backed up to the one that was actually in front of it, and I didn't, because it was the same make, same model, same everything. It looked just like the one that I pulled the information from. I didn't go and look on the serial number. Oh man, I've come so close. I'm so sorry about that, man. You're not alone, and it's just one of those tough, painful, expensive lessons to learn. Man, that's a kick in the shin right there. Sorry about that. Passing through. Weekend parking seems to work same as weekdays. Okay, good deal. Ben, thanks for the videos. My first time I get to see you live. Hey, man. Yep. Oh man, you just going through that. Well, hopefully I can be an encouragement as you're dealing with that wrong trailer situation, man. My fuel tank pump went out too, so I'm going to Dan's in Elkhart next week to replace it. Very good place to go, man. They've got it all. In one of my next videos, I'm going to be talking about them and something that I got on my truck here recently that I am super pumped about. So definitely going for Dan's. That's my new place. I've heard about them from Facebook groups from I believe Sean McDaniels or Sean Daniels on there, but absolutely. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, great place. Let's see here. Where am I at? Take care of everything you need. Tell them you need a RV transport setup for Horizon, not a paid advertisement. Yep. Ray, thanks. Good info. It was one numbered off, but it happened all over. One number off. Oh, man. Todd, new ones, they're cheaper now. There, I just priced them. Okay, gotcha. Passing through Dan's Hitches, my suggestion as well. Tell them what company you are working for in your budget. Also, Dan's, they also are tax free, so they will not. You're not going to have to pay taxes for that. So that will definitely be a help as well. The Chicken Conqueror. I love the name, man. Man, there's just some of you guys. Was it Burrito Bandito, the Cookie, the Chicken Conqueror? I'm just loving these names, dude. Cracking me up. I love it. Oh man. Okay. So the chicken. Is there an age limit for this industry? So the actual companies don't have a age limit, but because of insurance, they basically have to have a limit because you wouldn't be able to be leased onto them. 23 is the limit, is the minimum requirement because insurance, commercial insurance, unladen insurance, whatever you want to call it, will not allow you to have their insurance under 23 years old. So 23 is the minimum. My situation was I was 22. I got everything set to go with Synergy. My birthday was January 31st, and then February 1st was my first day of orientation with Synergy in 2016 or something like that. 16. And so, 23 is the minimum. And if they're desperate, they'll take you on the day, apparently, because they were hurting for drivers at the time. Homegrown Country Homestead. Hey, what's going on? Hello, Daniel. How you doing tonight? Shut down in, I'm not going to even try to say that, Missouri. Tonight, enjoying RV transport. God bless, Justin. Yeah, man. Just got out of church several hours ago now, and got my Wendy's going on here, my orange vanilla high C, and I just wanted to hop on here with you guys. I know I didn't post a video today. Again, I've just had some things coming up here, and wanted to be able to talk before this week. I'm going down to Texas again, going to Stanton, Texas, and that's just it's a smooth ride for the most part. So I'll be going through Oklahoma, going down through there, and hopping on. So yeah, having a good night tonight. And so you're in Missouri, so I don't know where that's at, but is that along 44 homegrown? I'm not sure where that's at. I think I've seen that before, but passing through, just got a new B&W fifth wheel there Wednesday. My Ford Reese fifth wheel only lasted 2.5 years. Wow. Passing through, what happened? Why did it only last 2.5 years? Yeah, what's going on with that deal? Ben, I was there 2 weeks ago and met Shane there. You're so cool. And then let me read that again. Met Shane there. You're so cool. I have been following you for 2 months. Okay, gotcha. Awesome, man. Glad to have you here. And there's other great RV transporters on YouTube. Go ahead and check them out. The Pneumatic Couple, Fair Winds and Following Seas, and there's going to be a few people I think really starting their channel in the near future that I know of. So I am going to be making a video at some point, just trying to list as many RV transporters on YouTube that I can. I do really want to try to help the whole community. I don't think I have the most subscribers in the RV transporting deal, but the tide rises all ships. And so any way people can get the most information, definitely want to be a part of that to help. So, yeah. The Chicken Conqueror. I'm 19, but I've been hauling trailers personally for people I met online, but I want to get into this. I've just noticed everywhere there is this age limit. There's no way around it. Yeah, man. Legally, yeah, there's no way around that. Unfortunately, maybe there's some type of business insurance that could include, you're hauling stuff for people personally. Maybe there's some type of business insurance like that could cover some of those stuff with just what you're doing right now. But for commercial stuff like what we're doing with these trailers and stuff, it's the full DOT, the full commercial insurance, all that stuff. So that's tough. But I'm telling you, if what you're doing right now and going forward, what you're wanting to do in the future, I don't know if you're wanting to get your CDL or to go a different route. There's lots of places you can get some good experience in, and to kind of round out your whole driving experience. So definitely keep pursuing this stuff, man, and it'll come. I know it's a couple years down the road, but that's awesome. Ray, Daniel, do you get unladen insurance through your company? Anything else about that I need to know? Okay, Ray. So you can get insurance just directly to that company, to the insurance company. Let me back up. Some transporting companies try to offer a company discount, company pool of drivers to where they can lower the payments. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. At Synergy, our pool or whatever it was with creative underwriters, my understanding is that fell through. I don't know if there wasn't enough drivers or the payments were going to be jumping up significantly or what exactly happened. But we did have insurance individually through, hey, Synergy referred me, here I am, and the pay rate is this. That's difficult to do when you have guys with trucks that are worth 15 and guys who have trucks worth 100 or like 85. And so that's just kind of a difficult thing to navigate. I'm still with the company. I just don't have that rate through Synergy. I'm with Creative Underwriters. I think there's like a company called CCR or CCV or something like that. And there's some other ones as well, Allstate or like Progressive and a few other places. So anything else about that I need to know? Trying to think if there's anything else. Make sure that it should be unladen, depending on whatever your company requires you to have, whether it's unladen or something else. Make sure they verbally and can show you on paper, because it doesn't matter what they say on the phone. Have them tell you exactly where to read, where it says your entire truck is covered, collision and comprehensive for your truck for all of those things, and that you're not locked into a radius. I was with one company for a short amount of time where they had a radius. And if you were to get in an accident outside of that radius of where your home is or your home office or whatever, then potentially you could be thrown onto the bus and them not pay. So make sure that it's unlimited miles away. There is no radius. It's unlimited, the whole country. And so you don't run into those issues because some companies will try to, if you're only ever going to go 1,000 miles away, maybe you could save some money on your insurance by having a radius type of a system that they gauge how much, if you're driving 2,000 miles away each week to go to California, there's more of a risk involved in that versus if you're only going 500 miles away. So anyways, that's just one thought I would have for that. And I think that's everything. Yeah. Todd retracted that. Passing through Chinese-made hitch wouldn't release. Oh, dear. Okay. Not cool. Not cool. Gotta let it go, man. Todd, how many miles is a state Texas? Todd, I'm not for sure what you're saying. Maybe I can't read tonight. How many mile is a state Texas run? If you're asking how many miles to get to Texas, there's some loads that are under 1,000 miles, and then there's loads that are like 1,700 miles. If you could clarify that a little bit more, I'll try to answer that better. Sorry. Tim, get your MC number, insurance, and haul for the snowbirds or through a dealership. Yeah. Yep, that would work, Tim. Very good. Homegrown country. It's close to Kansas City, Kansas. Okay, I've definitely been through there then. Full coverage is really high on my truck, and laden is not that bad. I am with Creative too. Very good. Allstate wouldn't cover over the road. Huh. Okay. Man, it might be a good idea. I might try to get a list of insurance providers for us together to maybe put out there for people. Let me write that down. That might be a help. Okay, at some point I'm going to try to get that put together for multiple people here. Okay, so man, we got 20 people in the house. Man, I've had a great time. This is awesome. Hour and 51 minutes. Oh my word, we're getting up there. Wow, 24 likes. Very cool, very cool. 10:37 here. I've got, like I said, I've got a load to Texas. We got another comment. Texas tomorrow, so I'll be leaving, earlier in the morning tomorrow. So that should be fun to try to roll out of bed. Going to bed later tonight. Let's see here. In tractor trailers, paid miles are usually less than actual miles driven. The company said so. And cut about 10 to 15% off your pay. Is that a thing in RV transport? Harmonica Ben. So first, just so you know, the paid miles, it's only loaded miles. We deadhead back for the most part, depending on the company that you're with. There are some bigger companies that have backhauls all over the place. If you have a flatbed, that's even better, car hauling and those kind of things with your CDL. There's, let me back up. RV transporting goes zip code to zip code, is my understanding, at least with my company. So the zip code of the manufacturer, wherever that manufacturer is in that zip code, could be fairly, difference, a couple miles, to the zip code of the dealership, wherever that's at in the country. So there can be a discrepancy, probably anywhere from 5, 10, all the way up to maybe 30 total miles that you're getting paid, that you're not getting paid, or that you're getting paid but you didn't have to drive it. So there's a difference there, Harmonica Ben, in that. But unless you get a backhaul, it's dead heading all the way back. There is no 10 or 15%, cut off the pay. It's possible to be paid for more miles than you actually drove, and it's possible to be paid less miles than you actually drove. So hopefully that helps. Todd, how many miles is your trip? I'm getting paid $13.79, and I'm driving, I believe. I think I just typed in the city, not the dealership, but it's going to be $12.80 So I'm getting paid $13.79 to go $12.80, but I'm going to be going down the route that they don't tell me to go because I'll get better fuel economy for sure. Going through Oklahoma, I'm probably going to get a better fuel discount, even higher than the other way, going 57, 55, 40, 30, and then going into Texas. So I'm choosing to go this way on purpose. I will not be. They purposely are paying more money paying me more miles because that I go the longer way instead of having to pay tolls. They are not going to be reimbursing me tolls if I go through Oklahoma. I've done the math on it, and I've already known for some time. I've done this route many, many times, but I will make more money going the route and paying those tolls myself, eating that cost, than going their way with fuel economy and fuel stations, the fuel prices. And it's overall less. It's almost 100 miles less to go this route. So for me, I make more money doing this, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Peter, hello from Germany. What's going on? Yes, sir. Popping back in. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yes, sir. Do you use pre-pass? I do not. The reason for that, going through different tolls around the country, oh man, my eye is really bugging me. It was just last night that Bella punched me in the eye here with her claw, and so I don't know how well boxers are known for, but she really did box me pretty good right in my eye. It's been messing with me here. So short answer is no, I don't, and the reason for that is because the amount of time it takes to be able to see those transactions get online, to be able to then turn my paperwork back into Synergy. Synergy does not give me, like another company, I think Horizon said, they have like 30 days or something to be able to turn their paperwork back in, or it might have been another company. We do not. We have a couple days to turn in our paperwork, which means I could not be reimbursed for those tolls because I would still have to wait, and I can't. Within a day or two, I'm probably going to get a call from my dispatcher saying, hey, where's your paperwork? You dropped it off, right? You said you were going to drop it off this day or whatever it is. So my solution has been I bring the cash, I bring the card, I get all those toll receipts on with me. It takes a little longer, but I'm guaranteed to be reimbursed for every dime I spend, and I don't have to deal with where is this transaction? Why isn't getting in trouble with Synergy or whatnot for not turning in all my paperwork, because they need to know and confirm that the trailer has been safely delivered, no driver damage, all of those things. So for my current situation, that's what I'm doing. Maybe it's different for other people with different companies that are more lenient with the amount of time you can. I think it was somebody who said there's a company that you can turn in your paperwork, but you need to turn in your paperwork immediately, but you get reimbursed for up until like 30 days. So you have 30 days to be able to turn in those toll receipts. So I mean, that's even reasonable. They want the paperwork, but they'll give you 30 days to turn in the receipts, and that's not bad. But that's not Synergy right now. So it is what it is. So, Tim, what GPS do you use? That is a video coming to you. It may be a short video. I don't know if I want to put a lot of effort into that video. It's kind of cut and dry, but the short answer is I use Ryder's barking here. I use multiple GPSs. The main two that I use 99% of the time is just the regular iPhone GPS and then Google. Different GPSs have different strengths and different weaknesses. I will get into that in a video coming up, but I use those two 99% of the time. I do have a legit trucker GPS that I bought some time ago. I thought that was going to be the best thing under the sun, and it turns out that's not what we really need. If you're desperate, if your phone blows up, it would be good to have if you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, my phone GPSs are pretty much all that I use. All right, have a good night, man. Appreciate you stopping in, Homegrown. Have a good night. Passing through, pre-pass is for, pre-pass. Oh, my word. I was thinking tolls, easy pass and all that stuff. Wow, I'm sorry. Wow. I do not have pre-pass. Yeah, I do not. Easy passes for tolls. Yep. I'm dumb. Sorry. Really, I use Easy Pass, and since I told pay what I'm doing, they're willing to wait up for a week for it. Wow. Then again, maybe it's just me. Okay. There you go. And man, the truth is, it might be that Synergy is more lenient. They just aren't communicating that with all of their drivers. I'll say this, transporting companies, they can be somewhat frustrating to deal with for the simple fact of communication. Communicating to their drivers consistently and everybody being on the same page. I've talked to newer drivers at Synergy who said, yeah, this is a new policy. And I said, huh? I've never heard that at all. I've never got an email. No one's put anything in my box. I haven't heard of any of this. I'm having to hear about these new policies that apparently have been in effect for like months, and I had no idea. So yeah, that's my my hope and my wish is that these companies would communicate better with their drivers, but I'm not going to hold my breath. But that just means what it comes down to is us as drivers always asking questions. Hey, is there anything new going on with the company? Is there something I should know about? Us taking that initiative to do it. So, man, but that passing through, that's awesome that they're willing to play ball with you on that. But yeah, about the pre-pass, sorry about that. Yeah, I need to go to bed. Yeah, I don't have the pre-pass, and I don't know. Is that connected with? I don't know enough about it. Is the pre-pass connected through a legit ELD, or how is that actually connected into your truck? I know it's got to be some type of electronic thing. I'm assuming it's connected to that system, but I'm not really sure. Ben, I would like to do some YouTube videos myself, but don't know what I need to get started. Sorry, my spelling sucks. That's all right, man. Hey, I would love to help you if I can. I am no YouTube guru. I don't know everything. I know enough to be dangerous, I feel like, as far as how to do stuff on YouTube. I've watched a stupid amount of videos of people trying to help people do YouTube. So I at least know a lot of different things that I've heard from other people. I'm just slowly trying to, implement it on my channel. But yeah, if I can help, let me know. Send me an email or get to me on Instagram, Ben, and maybe I can try to help you with YouTube videos. Calling it a night. Have a safe trip, brother. Thanks, Todd. Have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us. I appreciate that. I will be hopefully tomorrow night in Oklahoma somewhere. So have a good night, man. Tim, my granddaughter got her lower eyelid cut by our pointer dog. Ooh, and have to have surgery. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh man, Tim, I'm sorry. I'll be praying. That sounds terrible. Man, Yeah, our skin around our eye is pretty sensitive. I'm finding that out pretty well here. I don't get in fist fights that much. That's just not my routine. So when Bella gave me the old 1-2, kind of caught me off guard. Oh man. Passing through under CDL, you would drive wise instead of pre-pass, but I don't know if that would even work for single pole. Okay, gotcha. Tim, what is the best cell service, and do you use WeBoost? I have AT&T. Northern Missouri is a dead zone. Obviously, the West is exciting in itself. I don't go there as much, and I really don't care to. Pretty much all south, pretty much besides the mountains, east in a few spots. Most of Pennsylvania, I'm good, and everywhere else, I'm for the most. So besides Pennsylvania and going down the mountains from that side there, for the most of the country, I've got service. May not be 4G or LTE or whatever, but I've got service for the most part everywhere. Besides legit out in the middle of nowhere, kind of a deal. So I don't know how much that helps, but I don't have the WeBoost there. Passing through, definitely like your channel. Thank you, Ricky. So many people give out wrong information, and you do a very good job of pointing people in the right direction. Awesome. She is okay now, all healed up. Okay, awesome, Tim. Man, that's a tough thing to go through. Hopefully the dog settles down a little bit. Peter's heading out. God bless, man. Have a great night, and we'll see you later. Thanks. All right. Well, unless there's more stuff you guys got to share or ask or whatever, we're at 2 hours and like 7 minutes. So let's see, almost 11 o'clock. Yeah, I might head to bed here, get some sleep, and hit the road probably before 8, hopefully. So I think this will wrap it up. Thank you everybody for joining on the live, and thank you those who donated some money on the super chats. Again, everything's going to go straight towards the channel and trying to upgrade my stuff and get better stuff going for you, to give better quality to you. So thanks again. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see you next time. God bless.